Okay, gang, just a really quick update on this little build. I've done quite a few things since you saw it last. A lot of things I haven't got done because I've been too busy with life. The non-fun things. This is a fun thing. So I realized that these will loosen up and leak gas and burn things down. But because I'm generally on top of my stuff, when it comes to things that I really care about, I would notice a leak on that before we burn anything down. I feel pretty sure. But I bent some 3/8 copper, got the tank cleaned again, and I got it filled with gas now. The bike's running without, before I had a little test tank on it and stuff. It's good to have it running and kind of everything, all the parts in place. What I'm doing today, another thing too, I took a Road King switch because it was just, well, it's over here on the, it's over here on the, there we go. That's what they had for an ignition switch on this thing, and they'd used the original bracket, but it was like this. That was what we were looking at for an ignition switch. So I built a bracket for it, welded it up, and I put the Road King switch on it. This was a big gob, just a horrific gob of wires hanging out everywhere, and if you weren't careful, you would hear them grounding. I didn't even leave the bike with the battery connected to it until I started getting this worked out. But it had bare hot wires. And I'm kind of thinking that might be why it's not charging. I don't know if I've got the right voltages down to my voltage regulator. It's not charging right now, and I was hoping it wasn't the stator. I think it could be maybe one of these wires not being connected to make the voltage regulator work. That's a whole nother thing for another day, I suppose. What I'm doing right now, I'm into the copper look. It's kind of a steampunk, kind of a feel. And what I wanted to do was take get this housing all prepared, primed, and painted with this hammered copper look, and I got the clear coat for it. Don't know how well that'll hold up, but what I wanted to do was mount this light here because it just looks so old school, man. I think that would just look awesome. However, that is a fog light. It's going to be drawing a lot of amps, and I just, as much as I like the look of it, if that was halogen, or not halogen, but LED, or if I could get an LED to work in that, man, I think that would just look so cool on there. For now, what I'm going to do, this is the LED that came on the bike, and it was just really, whoever had this bike, it was just all rattle trapped on there. I don't know if I could straighten these brackets and use them after I paint them. I don't know. But at any rate, even if I have to build a bracket, what I want to do is take this LED light apart and paint it with that copper. If that hadn't been a fog light, man, that light would have been on the front of that bike. I think that'd look really, really cool. Another thing I want to do, I've got some 14-3 wire, home wire, and on these grips, I want to drill a hole under here so I can just put an L and epoxy it in there, and then start wrapping that copper wire all around this, and then sealing it with clear coat. I think that would look awesome. I want as much copper on this bike as I can get on the bike. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Just a quick update. Hope you guys are doing great.